I'm restoring a 50s vintage Gilbarco 1006 gas pump, and it has a Veeder Root meter on it. And as you can see from these pictures, the meter is missing quite a bit of parts. Most of the wheels are gone. The ones that are there are either dirty or damaged. Some of the shafts are gone, some of the reset mechanism is gone, and the parts that are there are pretty well rusted in place. So we're going to take this thing apart and replace it with some pieces off a donor meter. So here's just some shots of that. Okay, I've got these two in their correct positions. So what I need to do now on this side is cut this down so that it works like this one does. And this one, the pin, the center line of this pin is right on edge with this. So I'm going to try to make this one so that the center line of this is in line with that. So we're robbing some more parts off of this. We need to make this display on this side, and the shaft was missing. So we've robbed the shaft, and you see it's too long, so I'm going to have to cut that down to size and get that fit in. Then we have taken the wheels off, and we've cleaned those up, so those are ready to go in, and we've been working on the reset mechanism. So hopefully we'll have a full face like this shortly. But these things are pretty complicated. So we've got the shaft out, and we've got it clamped up. Now we're just going to take our cutter, and we're going to cut this end off. And we need this to align it up in here. So we're going to cut that off just about the same distance it is off this side, and then we're going to weld it. So we've cut this shaft down now. See, it's just sitting in there. And then this piece, I fit it up. Look at that. Just lines up. And that's in the far position, just like that one's in the far position. So I'm going to chamfer everything, and then we'll weld that up, make that all one piece, and then we'll put the wheels on. So I've got it rigged up in my fancy fixture here, and I've chamfered everything. And this is card just used to shim it up just a little bit so it lines up nice. So we'll get the MIG welder out, and we'll put a bead on that. We'll tack it, we'll fit it, make sure it's right, and then we'll weld it all the way around. So we got the MIG welder fired up, got the ground strap on, so let's give it a tack. There we go. Let's grind that down, and we'll trial fit the part and make sure it fits right. So there's our trial fit. We've got this set to the same distance as that. And then we've got the pins in about the same position. So I think we got it good. I'm going to run it through a cycle, make sure everything's working right. Then we'll pull it back apart, weld it, and do final grind, and then put the wheels on. If I can get it to focus, there we go. We got her welded up. This thing just does not focus. There we go. Just a quick bunch of tack welds with a MIG. Now we'll grind it down. And there we go. We've got it welded and tidied up. And now if we go ahead and stick that in the meter, there we are. So if I paste that, that's about the same distance as that. And it is in. So, and if it goes to shuffle or shuttle, it can go to both positions. So now we're going to take and pop those wheels on. Okay, we got the wheels in, got the shaft in. All right, the computer appears to be done and working well. And I have had this thing all apart. See, there's a whole lot of stuff going on inside there, a lot of gears and things. And it has been a chore getting this to work. It was locked up solid when I got it. It was missing parts. Most of the reset mechanism was missing. And of course, like 8 out of 12 wheels were missing. So I parted out this guy, this more modern 4-wheel unit, was able to get what I needed, but still all the mechanism inside was locked up. So I have gone through all that and now have it working properly. So here is how this doggone thing works. All right, when you get to the pump, you lift the handle, and that flips this, and that allows the motor to run, which then fires up the computer, and we start logging money and gallons. And then when you're done, put the handle back, which moves that back. And then when you're ready to run the next order, you hit the reset button, and everything goes back to 0. So that is a big difference from where it was a few days ago. It was locked up tight. So we got to run pretty good. All right, we're going to test out the mechanism for the gas pump. So we're going to simulate it. First, we got to lift the handle up, which does that. Now, if we were pumping gas, the motor would be running. So we'll do that. Simulate that by spinning the wheels here. We'll put a gallon or so in here. 4 tenths, 5 tenths, 6. There we go, we got a gallon of gas at $1.95 a gallon. So when we're done, reset the handle. And now the tricky part, we've got to see if we can reset it for the next purchase. Come on, baby. And we're back to 0. So we got everything working. Looks good.